Women played a crucial role in Jesus' life and ministry, from his birth to his resurrection. Here are key themes and biblical examples highlighting their significance. Women in Jesus' early life. Mary, the mother of Jesus. Luke 1:26-38. Matthew 1:18-25. Chosen to bear the Messiah, Mary exemplified faith and obedience. Her song, Luke 1:46-55, reflects deep theological understanding. Prophetess Anna, Luke 2:36-8. One of the first to recognize Jesus as the Messiah when he was presented in the temple. Women as disciples and followers. Mary Magdalene, Joanna, and Susanna, Luke 8:1-3. These women supported Jesus' ministry financially and spiritually. They demonstrated devotion and faithfulness, following Jesus even when others abandoned him. Martha and Mary of Bethany. Luke 10:38-42. John 11:1-44. Martha was active in hospitality, while Mary chose to sit at Jesus' feet and learn a radical act for a woman in that time. Jesus revealed himself as the resurrection and the life, John 11:25, to Martha before raising Lazarus. Women at the crucifixion. The women at the cross. Matthew 27:55-56, John 19:25-27. While most disciples fled, women including Mary, Jesus' mother, and Mary Magdalene remained near Jesus during his suffering. Jesus honored his mother, entrusting her to John's care. John 19:26-27. Women as first witnesses of the resurrection. Mary Magdalene, the first to see the risen Christ. John 20:11-18. She was the first person Jesus appeared to after his resurrection. Jesus instructed her to tell the disciples, making her the first messenger of the risen Lord. Other women at the tomb. Matthew 28:1-10, Luke 24:1-10. The angel revealed the resurrection to the women, and they were commanded to spread the news. Women in the early church. Priscilla, Acts 18:24-26, Romans 16:3-5. A teacher of the faith, alongside her husband, Aquila, who helped disciple Apollos. Lydia, Acts 16:14-15. A wealthy businesswoman who was one of the first converts in Europe and hosted a church in her home. Radical inclusion. Jesus broke cultural norms by teaching and engaging with women as equals. Faithfulness and courage. Women remained loyal to Jesus, even in his darkest moments. First witnesses. God chose women to be the first proclaimers of the resurrection. Women played a vital role during Passion Week, displaying remarkable faith, devotion, and courage. Here's a breakdown of their involvement in key events. Holy Week and women. The anointing of Jesus, Mary of Bethany, Holy Week begins. Matthew 26:6-13, Mark 14:3-9, John 12:1-8. Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus, anointed Jesus with expensive perfume, symbolizing his upcoming burial. Jesus defended her act, saying, "She has done a beautiful thing to me. She has anointed my body beforehand for burial." Mark 14:6-8. This moment foreshadowed Jesus' death and honored her deep spiritual insight. Women at the crucifixion, witnessing his suffering. Matthew 27-50, 5-56, Mark 15:40-41, John 19:25-27. Unlike many of Jesus' male disciples who fled, several women remained with him at the cross. Mary, the mother of Jesus, endured the agony of watching her son suffer. Jesus honored her by entrusting her to John 19:26-27. Mary Magdalene, a devoted follower who stayed until the very end. Mary, the mother of James and Joseph and Salome, faithful women who supported Jesus' ministry. Their presence fulfilled prophecy. He was despised and rejected, yet he bore the sin of many. Isaiah 53:3-12. Women at the burial, witnessing where Jesus was laid. Matthew 27-61, Mark 15:47, Luke 23:55-56. Mary Magdalene and Mary, mother of Joseph, followed Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus to see where Jesus' body was laid. They prepared spices and perfumes to anoint his body after the Sabbath. Women at the resurrection, first witnesses of the risen Christ. Matthew 28:1-10, Mark 16:1-8, Luke 24:1-12, John 20:1-18. Early on Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, Salome, and Joanna, went to the tomb. They found the stone rolled away and were greeted by angels who declared, "He is not here, for he has risen." Matthew 28:6. Mary Magdalene became the first person to see the risen Jesus, John 20:14, Tob 18, and was entrusted with the message of resurrection. Women demonstrated deep spiritual insight. Mary of Bethany understood Jesus' death before his disciples fully did. Women remained faithful in suffering. While many fled, they stood by Jesus at the cross. Women were the first to proclaim the resurrection. God chose them as the first witnesses of history's greatest event.